Cases in the book, O Desconhecido e os Problemas Psíquicos, The Unknown and Psychic Problems. Camille Flammarion, 1842–1925. Chapter 6. This chapter tells the case of a boy who, at the age of 5, was solving overly complex questions and repeating words and phrases that his mother was mentally reading in a book. The child did not calculate but read in his mother's mind the solution to the problems at hand. Since she left, he has not been able to produce a solution to the problem. Chapter 7. This chapter describes 186 cases in which the dying manifest themselves, at a distance, by speaking, or just visible. Chapter 8. Mr. G. Parent, made a Weege, Azen, witnesses, in a dream, a fire destroying the estate of one of his friends, in Chevennes. Mr. Palmero, a bridge and sidewalk engineer in Toulon, is informed, by a dream of his wife, of the unexpected arrival of his father and mother, whom she sees, at sea, on a ship. Dr. P., a law graduate from Philippeville, refers to the dream of a lady-in-waiting of his friends. In the dream she saw a shipwreck which resulted in the loss of a ship and about 100 persons, a fact which was confirmed the next day in all its particulars. Mr. Lee, son of the Protestant Bishop of Iowa, United States, saw in a dream, at more than 5 kilometers, his father rolling down a flight of stairs. The fact is attested by several witnesses and, among others, by Mr. Sullivan, Bishop of Algawa. Mr. Carroll from Angers saw his brother die in St. Petersburg, and his children on their knees around his deathbed. A French mechanic in Fauchou saw one night his little son, who had been left in France, dead of the croup, lying on a red piece of furniture. He told his dream to a friend, who laughed at his credulity. The first letter he received was from his wife, who informed him that she had died in the same condition he had seen in his dream. Mr. Oriou, chief inspector of roads in the Lower Loire, was in Cartagena, and in a dream attended the funeral of his best friend, whose death he didn't know, who lived in Nantes. Mr. Jean Drouil, from Paris, notices in a dream the deadly fall down a staircase of General de Cassini, a friend of his family. Marshal Serrano announces in Madrid the unexpected death of Alfonso XII in the Prado, a death he had perceived in a dream. Chapter 9. Case reported in proceedings, verbal proceedings of the London Society of Psychical Investigations. Mrs. Broughton awoke one night in 1844 in London and woke her husband to tell him that a serious event had occurred in France. She had been witnessing, in a dream, to the carriage disaster of which the Duke of Orleans had been the victim. She had seen the Duke lying on a bed, friends, members of the royal family, arrived in all haste, the King and Queen appeared and watched, weeping, the Duke's last moments. As soon as dawn broke, she wrote in a memoir the details of such a success. This was before the invention of telegraphy, and it was not until 2 days later that the Times reported the Duke's death. On visiting Paris some time later, she saw and recognized the spot where the accident had occurred.